Hey, it's Drew Dillon from Project Lift, and in this video we're looking at the top 3 cues that beginners need to know in weightlifting. Number 1 is push through the floor. So pushing through the floor is really looking at this as pushing the floor away using your legs. So what I mean by that is your upper body stays locked in position. So truly all we're doing is using our legs to push the floor away from us. If our back angle's changing, if the bar's digging into our shin, if we're hitting our knees, these are all examples that we're no longer pushing with the floor and that we're getting in the back too soon. Push through the floor, use your legs. I remember when I first started weightlifting, I was blown away that I had thought I was pushing with my legs with all the strength conditioning I had done, and it turned out I could really push with my legs quite a bit more. So keep that in mind. Again, if you're scraping your shin, if you're hitting your knee, if your back angle's changing before you reach the knee, you are no longer pushing with the legs like you could be. You are starting to get into the back. The second cue that beginner weightlifters need to know is patience. And patience, what we're talking about is allowing ourselves to push through the floor using that cue from number 1 and reach our hip before we start trying to take the bar overhead for the snatch or to the shoulder with the clean. We need to have patience to keep ourselves with our back set and our legs pushing to reach that point when our legs drive to unweight the bar. That's what patience is meaning. One of my favorite drills that you can do to practice this is a compound movement where what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a snatch or a clean grip deadlift coming up to the power position, that position that you would drive. We don't straighten our legs because remember, we would drive. We're never straight-legged in that position finished out in a deadlift in an Olympic lift. So we stop in the power position. Feel that. Feel how relaxed and how everything stayed long on you. Now go back down to the floor and now go ahead and do a snatch or a clean depending on what you started this grip with the deadlift. Allow yourself to be just as patient moving through that motion, and this can really help you feel this cue of patience. And finally, the third cue you need to know is to pull from the fist. If you've ever started a lawnmower, and don't be a smartass out there like some of the athletes I've coached where they tell me they start their lawnmower with a key, I get it. I'm talking about pulling a string on a small engine. Pull from the fist. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of cues out there around a shrug. If you look at the shrug, what's happening in that moment of trying to pull the shoulder to the ear to get the bar a millisecond higher, you could be pulling yourself underneath the bar from the fist, which is much more powerful and much more aggressive and gets you under the bar faster. So this is one of those cues that really highlights how are we pulling on the bar, what's activating, and you are probably in one of two camps. Either 1, you've been coached to shrug or do something else, so you have thought about it, or number 2, you've just never thought about it. This is a perfect opportunity to think about it and to feel pulling from the fist and how you can be more aggressive pulling off that hip. So those are the 3 cues that beginner weightlifters need to know. If one of these landed new for you, I encourage you, check out our free guide, How to Improve Your Olympic Lifts Now. It'll give you something today that you can try in training that I guarantee will help. And since this video helped you and you've made it this far, smash that like button, send it forward, share it with a friend, and subscribe because new videos are coming each week.